This is one of those stories that really makes you stop and think. It starts out as a simple dispute between neighbors in Agra, but it ends in a truly chilling murder. It's a case that's a stark reminder that sometimes the biggest threat is hiding right in plain sight. I mean, just let that sink in for a second. That one sentence tells you everything you need to know about the horror of this story. It captures the very last unsuspecting moments of a man's life. He thought he was just visiting a neighbor. He had absolutely no idea he was walking straight into a deadly trap. So, to really understand the weight of this betrayal, we're actually going to do things a little bit backward. We're going to start at the very end, with the shocking conclusion, and then we'll rewind and unpack exactly how things got to this point. All right, first things first, let's get the key players straight in our heads. The victim was a 45-year-old businessman named Naveen Verma. The main person accused of his murder, his own neighbor, a man named Anil Kumar Dixit. And get this, police say Anil didn't do it alone. He had 3 other people helping him. And that right there is the brutal, unbelievable fact at the very center of this case. A family man, a business owner, killed by the person he probably saw almost every single day. The threat wasn't some shadowy stranger from across town. He lived just a few feet away. Okay, so now that we know the tragic outcome, let's rewind the clock. How did what should have been a normal Sunday afternoon spiral into a murder investigation? So, here is how it all went down. On the afternoon of Sunday, April 21st, Naveen Verma leaves his house, tells his family he won't be long. Pretty normal, right? But then the evening starts to set in, and there's still no sign of him. The family starts to get worried because apparently Naveen was always punctual. This just wasn't like him at all. By the next day, that worry had turned into full-blown panic, and they filed a missing person report with the police. And that's what is so terrifying, isn't it? For his wife and kids, there were no red flags, no warnings. It was just another Sunday. They had no idea of the absolute horror that was unfolding, which made his disappearance completely and utterly incomprehensible. So, with a man seemingly vanished into thin air, the police investigation kicks into high gear. And as it turns out, one single piece of modern technology, something we all see every day, would be the key to cracking this whole case wide open. Now, just imagine being an investigator on this case. There's no ransom call, no known enemies, no sign of a struggle, nothing. It's the classic needle in a haystack problem. Where do you even begin to look for answers? Well, the answer was digital. The police started the painstaking work of gathering and reviewing all the local CCTV footage, just trying to trace Naveen's final steps. And then they found it. Clear as day, footage of Naveen walking into his neighbor Anil's house. But here's the real kicker, the one detail that changed everything. The camera showed him going in, but it never, ever showed him coming out. That digital footage, it literally became the silent witness in this case. It captured the exact moment Naveen crossed that threshold, the point from which he would never return. It was the one single thread that allowed the police to pull and completely unravel the entire crime. So now, armed with this pretty much irrefutable evidence, the police confronted the neighbor, Anil Dixit. And the story he told them revealed a motive that was as simple as it was shocking. It all came down to one thing. Greed. Yeah, this whole awful tragedy basically boiled down to one single conversation. The neighbor, Anil, had asked Naveen for a massive personal loan. Naveen refused, and that simple act of saying no, well, it seems it cost him his life. And we're not talking about a small loan here. The amount he asked for was 1 crore rupees. Now, to put that into perspective, that's over 120,000 US dollars. This was a life-changing amount of money that, when refused, seems to have triggered a deadly rage. This quote from the Agra police commissioner just lays out the horrific events in such stark detail. The refusal led to an ambush. Naveen was strangled right there, inside his neighbor's house. The crime itself was brutal, and the cover-up that followed was just cold and calculated. And what's so chilling here is the amount of planning that happened after the murder. This wasn't just a spontaneous act of rage. The confession revealed a deliberate, calculated plan. Wrap the body, drive over 100 kilometers to find a remote spot, and then dump the evidence in a canal. That speaks to a horrifying level of cold-blooded thinking. So as this case moves forward through the legal system,
What can we really take away from this awful story? For me, it's a dark lesson about the dangerous combination of proximity and desperate greed.
So let's just do a quick recap of the key facts. The victim, Naveen Verma, was murdered, and the motive was a refused loan of 1 crore rupees. The case was broken wide open thanks to that crucial CCTV footage. Right now, 3 people are in custody, but the police are still searching for a 4th accomplice. Ultimately, when you boil it all down, that's what this is. It's a financial dispute between 2 neighbors that was supercharged by greed, and it ended with consequences that are both tragic and completely irreversible. And that leaves us with this final, really unsettling question, doesn't it? This whole case forces you to think about the hidden lives and desperate secrets of the people living right beside us. It makes you wonder, how well do we ever truly know the people next door?